August 27. It's taken 3 days for the water level to drop. Uncle and I have begun building rockers. The fox sketched diagrams on a piece of scrapwood for us. Rockers are boxes a couple of meters long and about a meter wide and about a quarter of a meter deep. There is a slight slope to the bottom across which cleats have been nailed. One end of the box is open and a screen box is at the other, a little above the bottom of the box. The screen box is a smaller one with holes through the bottom. The whole thing rests on curved boards so it will rock back and forth. I guess that's how the machine got its name. August 28. My first gold! I slept only a few hours last night. Most of the camp was down by the river waiting for the morning. When I reached the bank, I strained my eyes looking for gold. It must be in small pieces or even dust. All I could see was the sun glistening in the mud. In dozens of places I saw fish flopping about. Fish again tonight. The fox himself was the first to jump down a shovel. Instantly, he sank ankle deep into the wet mud and gravel. When he didn't dig right away, Prosperity shouted, "What are you waiting for? The gold isn't gonna jump into your pockets." The fox just sniffed the air. No, not yet. To tell the truth, all I could smell was the mud. Some of it really stank. The fox is the fox, though. He high-stepped through the mud and wet gravel until he was in the middle of the area behind the Great Wall. It was there his nose told him to dig. When he high-stepped back into the bank where a rocker stood, he dumped the test shovel full into the screen box. It didn't look like anything to me. Then he dumped a bucket of water over it. The dirty water traveled down the angled bottom and gushed out the opened end. I didn't see any melon-sized nuggets lying in the screen box. All I saw were small rocks and bits of gravel. I felt so disappointed. However, the fox ran a finger along one of the wooden cleats, and he announced to everyone that this is what they had come for. He had held up a gleaming fingertip. The little flecks on it gleamed like stars. I didn't think I'd ever seen anything as pretty. I think I finally understand how gold can sink its claws into someone's. I'll have to be careful not to go crazy, too. Everyone let out a whoop and a roar. The sun reflected off the wet riverbed, so it shone as if it were all gold. Suddenly, it seems like all our worries would evaporate, like the mist rising from the mud. August 29. No break again this Sunday. The fox says we're in a race with the water and with the winter rains and snow. After the first shovelful, there hasn't been any gold. I remember when I was coming up here, I hoped I would get to see the snow on the mountains. However, we stopped below the snow line. I'm still curious about seeing it, but where's the gold? August 30. Still no gold. August 31st. Will we ever find any more gold? All that work, all that sweat, can it be for nothing? September 1st. Nothing but disappointment. The fox has decided that the rest of the gold must be deeper. We will have to strip away the upper levels of gravel and mud. We have begun to haul it away. September 5th. Though it's Sunday, there's no rest. I feel so tired. After that first glimpse of gold, nothing. It's as if the land were teasing us. We dig and dump, dig and dump. September 9. The Americans are celebrating Admission Day. It's the day that California officially became a province 2 years ago. The fox says that's why there is so little government here. Normally, it takes a little longer for a territory to become a province. America was so eager to claim the gold that they made California a province right away. Even though there was only a few government people to handle the rush of all these people seeking gold. Lots of guns going off. Sounds like a battle. They must be celebrating like they did on July 4th. We've minded our own business and stayed in camp working. We're down half a meter. Still no sign of gold. We hear the Americans haven't found gold at their dam either. Can Uncle be jinxing everything? Or maybe it's me. September 14. Gold! We had to go down a whole meter. All the rockers sway from side to side as we separate the gold dust from the dirt. So far, the robbers have not come back. Perhaps the fox's plan is working. He has neither guns nor knives, only his wits, and yet he keeps winning. As scary as this place is, I trust him to get us through the dangers. September 18. We have begun to eat better. A wagon comes to us with fresh supplies from Chinatown now. We even get to eat with fancy chopsticks coated in black liqueur. September 21st. I feel like part of a machine. We scoop up the river bottom, dump it into a rocker, add water, and get the gold. Every night I still can't rest. There are letters to write, and I have to help the fox too. We dry the day's gold by a pot-bellied stove. Then we weigh it and enter the number into the ledger. Some we put into a strong box. Most of it, though, we put into a chamber pot. Strange, but the gold is always gone from the chamber pot the next night. It's like a beast that can never get full. More of Fox's magic. September 24. The fox stayed inside his tent all day fussing. He kept calling for more wood, but never allowed anyone inside. He must have chills because it's not that cold. September 27. The 3 robbers came today. They took what was in the strong box. The fox wasn't acting when he protested. The robbers just laughed. Then they went through the camp and taking what they wanted. When they searched the kitchen tent, I was surprised of how many cases of lacquered chopsticks there were. I guess the fox really likes them. I hate the fact that the robbers can come into my home and take anything they want, but there's nothing I can do about it. I remember what the fox said, that family comes first. I won't do them any good if I get myself killed, but I'm still so mad inside I hurt. The sooner I get back to China, the better. We have laws there. Robbers go to jail. September 28. It once thrilled me to get gold dust and nuggets. Now the little sacks are things we harvest. We get no more excitement than I would harvesting plums at home. Why work so hard if the Americans are going to take it away anyway? The gold mountain doesn't shine for me anymore. It's cold and gloomy and dangerous. I wonder if a guest can stay too long. September 30. Just when I think I know America, it surprises me. It's grown cooler and the aspen trees are starting to turn yellow. I thought they were dying. The fox says they are just changing color. They'll lose their leaves soon, but grow more next year. Back at home, we must have trees that drop their leaves too, but everything else stays green from the rains. October 4. More and more the aspen leaves had turned yellow. This morning when I woke up and went out to wash, I thought the whole grove had caught fire. When the wind shakes the thin branches, the yellow leaves shimmer like flickering flames. Such is a strange and beautiful sight. The others take it for granted. They don't understand why I stare at the aspen. Even if I become an old guest, I hope I never get like that. October 10. The leaves litter the ground like gold coins. They remind me of the ghost money you drop at funerals. Ghost money is gold-colored paper that fools ghosts. They're so busy trying to pick that up that you can take the coffin to the cemetery and let the deceased pass on safely. Who are the aspen coins for? What ghosts are around? I started to wonder whether I'll ever get home alive or if they'll ship my bones home. I feel terribly homesick. Uncle says all guests get the feeling now and then. Sometimes at odd moments he hears a tune he heard in Tiger Rock. The only problem is that he can remember only half of the song. It nearly drives him crazy. He hummed it for me, but I don't remember it either. My homesickness works on me indifferently. Suddenly I want fresh, leafy green vegetables. I never thought I'd say that. I used to hate vegetables in Tiger Rock. That's all I ever got to eat. However, the diet at Big Bend is reversed. Here I eat mostly meat and rice with some pickled or salted vegetables. In Tiger Rock, the water would have been drained from the rice fields by now, and the rice would be turning a pale golden color. Everyone would be getting the vegetable seeds ready for planting. Evening. I asked the cook to get me some seeds. He asked me if I wasn't getting my fill of dirt by now. Then I realized he was teasing me. He promised to add seeds to the next supply run. He warned me that it is colder up there. The plants might not grow. October 14. My seeds came today. I can't wait to plant them for tomorrow morning. I'll get up at first night. I couldn't wait, so I snuck out of the tent and began to work by moonlight. Uncle came out with the kerosene lantern and said we could work better with it. I didn't think he had cared and said so. I didn't think he had cared and said so. Uncle said that people can't feel connected to the land when they just dig up gold. Creating living things in the soil is another thing. You can feel part of the earth again, that it's something he had missed. I guess I have too. October 25th. The first green shoots have come up. The soil here is so rich. Back in China, the land is tired after so many generations. I feel like I'm really part of America now. The cook had promised to make a special dish for me. Several miners had asked me if they could go have a taste. I guess they're homesick too. When I offered some to the fox, he just warned me not to cook my meal till it was harvested. October 27th. I've been robbed. My plants are gone. The golden patch has been stripped bare. Who would have taken my vegetables before they were ready? I just sat down in the dirt, ready to cry. The fox came by and pointed at some tracks. They were the tracks of deer hooves and rabbit feet. October 29. I saw the deer before sunrise as I was washing up. He had turned to sniff around my vegetable patch. Angrily, I snatched up a stone and got ready to throw it as hard as I could. However, it walked along so daintily that I stopped. Wasn't I acting like the American bullies? The deer had just as much right to be here as I did. We could share. I didn't realize I had dropped the stone until I heard it thud to the ground. When I did that, I felt even more like part of this place. The deer and I were like cousins. October 31st. A bad storm last night. Lots of thunder and lightning. Then I heard something rattle against our tent. It sounded like someone had dumped buckets of pellets. When I picked one up, I felt how cold it was. Uncle said it was hail.